Hi, it's Ingrid. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's time for another reading vlog. I'm going to do another episode of finishing series I'm in the middle of. The year is almost over, and if you watched Bookmas Day 12, I'm pretty sure, I talked you through every series that I'm currently in the middle of, and it's more than 30. And it's stressing me out, because I have another 30 books on my shelf that are the first books in series. And that means I'm probably going to start a little series next year. So I need to finish them as well. Right now I have 7 books that are the last in series. Technically, like Iron Flame and Reckless aren't the last books in this series, but they are the latest to come out. The next ones are coming out next year. So as of right now, they're the last ones. And I would like to get through some of them so that I don't have too many series to worry about next year. Because I'm trying to be better at finishing them. Like, I'm seeing people on TikTok, and whenever they start a series, they finish it. Wish that was me. We're gonna work on that. But these ones can't finish series, so I'm gonna try to get through at least 3 of them. I really want to read Before We Forget Kindness and Hopeless. If I read Hopeless, I would have finished the whole entire Chestnut Spring series this year. Because I started Flawless in May, I think. But I don't think that's the first one I want to read because I just finished Reckless. So we're gonna pick out one of these. The ones that I have here are Iron Flame, Before We Forget Kindness, The Housemaid Is Watching. I actually kind of softy at that one, but I would like to finish it before the year is over, because I don't like to go into a new year with something unfinished. Then we have Daydream, Reckless, Nothing Like the Movies, and Hopeless. For our first book, I'm probably going to choose Nothing Like the Movies or Daydream. I really want a romance. That's what I'm in the mood for right now. But we'll see when I sit down. I haven't really decided yet. I'm going to put these down. This is just going to be me trying to finish series, and if you have a series to finish, you could do it with me. I'll talk to you when I sit down and read. First of all, sorry about the angle. I'm in the car and this is the only place I can put you. I'm scared someone's going to come. But getting a time and a place to sit down and talk to you now right before Christmas, impossible. So my dad's at the store, I'm in the car, and this is when I'm gonna talk. I did start Daydream by Hannah Grace. I got 108 pages into it. So I tried talking to you in the car, and that clearly didn't work out because my dad got back out of the store. How I managed to do all of that in 2 minutes? Don't know. But like I said, I picked up Daydream. I got 108 pages in. This is about Hallie and Henry. I don't remember much of Henry from the first 2 books, but I do remember that after the first book I thought that Henry would be the second book, but it wasn't. So I'm glad he's the third. So I remember liking him. I just don't remember why. But the story is about Hallie, who is really shy. I don't know if she really is classified as shy, but like, she doesn't have a lot of friends. She's alone most of the time. She's into books. She loves reading. She works at this bookstore. She ends up helping Henry with his schoolwork because he's struggling a lot with that. And then he decides to help her, to give her experiences for this book she's writing. As of right now, I don't really feel their chemistry. I think if I was reading about friends, would love it. But I don't see the romantic tension between them. The chemistry is not really there. But I think the writing style is very easy to read, and like, for me, as a non-native English speaker, I don't feel like I struggle with English a lot, but some writing is easier than others, and I feel like this is pretty easy. But I never really have the desire to pick it up. I'm liking it when I'm sitting with it, because I could read for a long time. But I don't know how to feel, so I'm gonna put that away for a little bit. I feel like that's a better book to just read before bed. I feel like I would be more interested then. So I'm actually going to bring Before We Forget Kindness downstairs with me, because I'm sitting in the living room because I'm helping out with things. So just reading in between. This is the 5th book in the series. and it follows this time-traveling cafe. There's one seat in this cafe where you can go to the past and you can meet people, but there are specific sets of rules. Like the back here doesn't really give you much information, but it says it's a conversation, and one person says, the only period you can go back to the past is from the moment the cup is filled with coffee until it gets completely cold. Is that clear? Yes. I don't expect to be forgiven, but if I don't go, I feel like I'll regret it forever. And that's how most of them go. This is like a literary fiction, magical realism story. It's 4 stories in each book, and it's just about life, about humans and their connections, regrets, desires, all of that. And I've enjoyed the first 4 books. It's book number 4, I think, or the 3rd one. I don't remember. One of them was a little bit different, so I'm excited to see how this is going to be. But I'm going to bring it downstairs with me, and hopefully I'll get into it. Update time. My head hurts so bad. I don't really want to talk right now, but I feel like I should give you an update. I did finish Before We Forget Kindness. I rated it 3 stars. I do enjoy this series. I just feel like it's very repetitive because every single book in this series has 4 stories. Every single one of them is basically the same thing. The reactions of the people are different, but usually it follows the same structure. They have something they regret, hear the rules of the cafe, which is mentioned in every single story. This is book 5. 4 stories in each book. Every single one of them mentions the rules. They want to go back, hear the rules. Some are like, but why, but why, but why? I actually like when they question things because I would too. But it's the same thing over and over again. It's very repetitive. They go back, complete character change. They're a different person. And it's very much about humans and how choices can affect us, our lives, and how selfish people are, and just appreciate the people in your life. But this is book 5, and it's a little repetitive, but I'm still enjoying it, so I gave it 3 stars. Then I did continue Daydream. I don't remember exactly what I told you about it. The last time I talked to you, I was 108 pages into it. Now I'm 222 pages in. I feel like I like it more. I think I said that they didn't really have much chemistry. I'm definitely feeling it more now. And also, in the first 100 pages, I didn't really love the characters. I found them both a bit annoying, but I also related to them. And the more I read, the deeper my connection to the characters are. I feel like me and Hiii, the same person. It's actually scary. And I think maybe the fact that I relate to both of these characters so much is what made me not want to pick up the book. And also part of the reason why I find them a little annoying, because like I see myself so much in them that it's like reading about myself, and I don't really want that. I like relating to characters, but this is there's always something when I read that I'm just wishing to be part of this. This could very much be me, and it's scary, and it's also a little heartbreaking because me and Hiii very much alike, but then she's getting these opportunities and I'm like sad because I want that. I want Henry. I think Henry is so perfect. I love him. I want a Henry in my life. I'm really enjoying this book. I feel like all of the books in this series, Icebreaker, Wildfire and Daydream, has a main character dealing with some family issues, usually to the point where they just need to stand up to their family and say what they feel. And I'm a little over that. With this one especially, I feel like Hallie should just explain to her mother what's going on, and like, you can't do this, I'm your child, I shouldn't have to parent my siblings. Like, speak up. I know it's hard, I probably wouldn't, that's a lie. I would tell my parents. Anyone else? No. Will I argue with them? Absolutely. And I'm just like, speak up. It's really annoying because you let yourself be treated this way and you have a chance to at least try to fix it. So Hallie's family situation, I don't like reading about that. I think her sister is annoying, her mother is extremely annoying, and I don't want to hear more about her. I'm expecting her to, at some point, stand up for herself, and Henry is probably going to support her, but I don't know. I really love this book. I can see myself in the characters, I like the story, I like the relationship, but I do find myself not wanting to pick it up, and I don't know why. Because when I'm reading, I can go on and on and on. Like, I've read over 100 pages every time I sat down with the book. The only reason I put it down is because it was dinner time. But then when I got back to my room, did not pick up the book because I don't know why. It's just hard for me to pick it up. I feel like my go-to saying about romance books I like is, oh, it was just such an easy, quick read. This isn't quick. It's so slow. But I don't necessarily think that the pacing of the story should go faster, because I think it fits the characters and I'm liking the way it's told. It's just slow. And that's not a negative thing. It's just taking me a lot of time to get through this. But I'm hoping to finish it today. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think I have like 205 pages left. So I might have to finish it tomorrow, but I would like to finish it today. But I don't know. But I'm having fun with it. I think Henry is so cute. But I'm gonna stop talking now because I've been talking for almost 6 minutes and we don't need that. But I'll give you my thoughts when I finish the book. You know it's serious when I'm bringing out my tabs. Why is the book making me cry? Like, I'm tearing up here. I love Russ. Like, I loved Russ in Wildfire. But I love him here as well. He's such a good friend. I'm gonna cry. I did finish Daydream. I haven't really decided on a rating yet. I know it's someplace between a 4 and a 5 star. I don't think it's a 5 star. But I feel like 4 is too low because I like this more than the second book in the series, I think. But I rated that one 5 stars. But romance books are always so hard for me to rate because right after I finish it, I feel like it's a 5 star. And I really liked Wildfire. But is it really a 5 star? I don't think so, because I think I like this better. I don't remember. I feel like I need to compare this to the other books in the series to be able to get my opinion across. So I feel like Daydream was more bingeable for me. And this one was like slow. It took me time to get through it. I feel like I read Wildfire much quicker. And I was more interested in picking that one up than I was with this one. I got interrupted. But what I was trying to say is, when I read romance books, right after finishing, I'm like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever read. And I usually end up rating it higher than it deserves. And I keep convincing myself that I like it, even though it's not always my favorite. Like, I don't think about it after reading it. I think that I'm going to think more of this than I did Wildfire. I really enjoyed Wildfire. I liked the characters, I liked the storyline, I liked the setting, I liked the way they interacted with each other, I liked the way the conflict was handled. This as well, like, it's so good. I am a person who really hates conflicts in books. Like the third act conflict. I know it's necessary to build a story, and that's the structure of a romance book, and basically any book in general. But it still frustrates me so much, but I feel like in this one, it was communicated so well. So I didn't hate it. I didn't love the way it was done. I don't think I would like those decisions to be made in my life. But it worked with these characters, and if I can like the conflict or handle it, accept it, then I feel like that's a positive thing about the book. Also, I've already mentioned this earlier in the video, but I really related to these characters, both of them. Hallie is me. I'm Hallie. Henry, the way he talked about some of his struggles, like I get it. I really do. And it's almost comforting in a way to see someone else explain it, because I can't always put into words how my head works, and having him just have the same thing and he's okay, like it's okay, it's just really comforting. So I could relate to them so much. In the beginning, I found them both a little bit annoying, but then when I got to know them, loved them. And I might have found them annoying because I saw too much of myself in it, and that can be a little scary. But I had a really good time on this. I think I'm gonna rate it like a 4.5 maybe. I feel like this is a book that's going to stick with me. The friendships in that book within like the hockey team, but also the girls. There's this moment with Rory and Hallie that was so special to me. I'm not gonna say much more because I don't want to spoil things, obviously. But the friendships and like the found family in this series is so good. Have I talked about like the parental issues? I don't know, I'm gonna do it just in case I haven't. In all three books, there's always one of the main characters dealing with something with the parents. Usually some kind of pressure from the parents. Just communicate, just talk about it. It's a stupid thing for me to say because I won't ever talk about anything. But it's just so annoying, like you're putting yourself in this situation, you can do something about it. I don't want to read the same internal conflict with the main character thinking about their parents or family in every single book. I'm over it by now. But I'm hoping that there will be another book in this series because I really enjoyed it. So I think that's all of my thoughts. Now, we're going to start another book. These are the ones I have left that I can finish the series. I should do The Housemaid is Watching because I'm already a little over halfway through that one. Don't like it, but I feel like it would be good to just get it off my TBR before the year is over and just finish off that entire series. I'm not really in a fantasy mood right now, which is kind of weird because all I really want to do is reread Harry Potter, Shadow and Bone, or All the Young Dudes. But anything else fantasy, I'm not in the mood for it. I want to read romance. So I have Nothing Like the Movies and Hopeless. Both have like things I want to read. This because of the small town cowboy romance, and I love this world, I love the setting, I love the series. This one because I just want to finish the series. I don't really think the book needed a sequel, but I want to read it and see what I think. So I'm hoping that maybe I'll get time to read these before the year is over as well. It's the 29th today, so we're running out of time. But I think I'm gonna sit down and read this one just to finish it, to get it out of the way. There's so much in this that annoys me. But I got to part 2. So, we're just gonna finish it and probably not gonna think about this series ever again because I'm kind of hating it, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna sit down and read. It has to be obvious. what's going on. Like, there's a chance I'm wrong, but I'm pretty damn sure. Like, why isn't Millie coming to the same conclusion as I am? I hate it if that is the case, because I don't want that to be right, because I hate this person. But it also, with everything that's been said, it makes so much sense. And like, why isn't Millie thinking that? She's, with the experiences she has had, she should think that maybe that's the reason. If I can think about it, she should too. But if that is the case, and I am right, I'll be upset, because I would hate that. Because I hate this person. This is so stupid. He's there like, I was not honest with you. No, obviously, but you're still not being honest. Like, it's so obvious. I want to say what I think. You know what? I might add this to the end of the video so we can have a spoiler section. So I'm going to say it now. First of all, you hear your husband, Enzo, taking a woman to a motel, and he bought a gun. With your history, you should know what that means. Like, if you were anyone else, I would get it. Cheating is the most probable thing. But that's exactly what you did to save women who was in abusive relationships. And then all of Nico's reactions, his little things, he's obviously involved. And why do you think he changed so much after going over to the neighbor's house? Obviously something happened to either him or Ada. And no, not Nico. Enzo is just protecting his children. He didn't kill him. Shocking. Who would have thought? How could I possibly have guessed that? Yay. I'm on part 3. Part 3. I'm gonna finish the book and I hate it. So it's time for me to wrap up this video. I'm just doing it on my phone because it's easier. I have edited the whole video, but I realized I never filmed an outro, so we're doing it now. I read 3 books in this video. I rated Daydream 4.5 stars, I'm pretty sure. I really liked it, but there were a few things that just pulled it down. Like, I wasn't really invested from the beginning, but I did really enjoy it, and I would recommend, and I hope that there's another book in this series. And before we forget, Kindness, I gave 3 stars. I really enjoy the series, but I feel like it gets a little repetitive, so it's gonna be hard for a book like that to be rated higher because I've seen it before, you know? But I am having fun with it, so I'm glad I read it. And the last book I read was The Housemaid is Watching. I rated that one 1 star. I didn't really like the Housemaid series in general, but that one just pissed me off. And it took me so long to get through. I put it down for weeks until this video where I just decided to finish it. But it was so predictable. And the characters were stupid. Like, Millie in the beginning was the only character that I even somewhat liked. But then she was just stupid. Like, it was right in front of her. You should see this. And she didn't. And that just annoyed me. But I do really like the writing of that book. And I think that I'm still gonna give Freedom McFadden another try with a different book that isn't in that series. I own The Inmate. So if I like that one, I'll continue with her books. If I hate that one, I will not be reading more of her. But I want to see if it's just her stories in general, or if it's just the Housemaid series. But that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, lovers.